Hey, y'all, listen, happy Friday. We made it to Friday. And listen, we're going to get ready to enjoy a whole weekend, okay, people? It's the last day of the month. Can you imagine that today is already January 31st? We done did 31 days in January. It is so super crazy to me. Before you know it, we'll be knee deep in this Diddy trial and so many other trials that are coming up soon. But anyway, guys, listen, it's Trending Topics Friday. I'm here a little late. You know, I pull out the train. The train normally pulls out the building. You know, sometimes it pulls out on time. Sometimes it's a little early. Sometimes it's a little late. But I do pull the train on out the building. So for tonight's Trending Topics, the title is Messy Situations. Messy situation. So Wendy Williams is really in a fight for her life. And I mean literally. Because when you're isolated, when you're alone, when it's like nobody cares about you, you can't talk to your family, your friends, all of that. It's like the loneliness alone can kill you. So now she was granted permission to go see her father for his birthday, but they giving her 2 days. I mean, what kind of... This just don't make sense to me that this is even legal. They're giving her 2 days to go see her father. Security is going with her. Then they got to bring her right back. And they're blocking her. They're blocking her from speaking to the media. This is nasty. I really hope and pray that her family, because they did the GoFundMe, I got to look. I don't know how much it's up to now, but I really pray that her family has a good lawyer and that they're able to afford to keep this lawyer and that they can get Wendy out of this situation, because it just seems extremely... The more I hear about it, the more shadier it sounds. It's very sad. It's crazy. It's insane. But we're going to talk about it, okay? Clear, how is this even normal? How? It's crazy. Then we're going to talk about Kevin Costner's ex, already engaged. But not just engaged to the man that was Kevin's friend that he accused her of sleeping with before they even got divorced, while they were still married. She lied and said that no, he was just a friend, and now she's marrying just a friend. Now, ain't that some mess? He want to renegotiate whatever he paid her out because, you know, she lied. But it's too late, Kevin. You got. A lot of females get got all the time. Now, I'm definitely not saying this right, but you got. It's messed up. Yeah, she lied. And your friend, your so-called friend, lied. Now he's marrying her? It happens, but you know, for the love of her kids, why would she even do this? It's messy. You are now marrying dad's ex-friend. Girl, do better in life, because that's just some nonsense right there. But we're going to talk about it. Then our last story is Blac Chyna versus Tristan Thompson. He was in the video, and I don't think he meant it literally, but still, he was in the video saying he got 2 daughters that he misses very much, and one is Dream and one is True. Well, Dream got a mother. Her name is Blac Chyna, Angela White. Whichever one she wants to go by, depending upon if she's doing a stage name, it's Blac Chyna. She doing her new name after she got baptized and stopped drinking and smoking and everything else. It's Angela White. So he says in this video about his 2 daughters that he misses and he loves. So Blac Chyna was in her feelings. But he Here's my come on. In my opinion, back to Kevin Costner's ex-wife, like Biz Markie. She say he's just a friend. But back to this Blac Chyna and Tristan Thompson. You know, Tristan wants to claim somebody else's child, but won't claim all his biological children. I want to say the baby he won't claim it. Is his name Theo? What's that baby's name? He paying the child support, but he will not lay eyes on that child. He will not go see the child. He won't acknowledge the child, all because he's pissed at the mother. You lay down with her. You lay down with her, raw dog, and you know as a grown man what can happen when you do that. She got pregnant, and now you mad. I'm sick of these men that don't want to claim the biologicals. The biological children. He did a DNA test and everything, Tristan. He is the father because he's paying that child support. Don't be mad at the kid. Don't take it out on the kid. Be mad at yourself. We got allegedly Jay-Z won't acknowledge the biological. Ramir out here telling every blog, every newspaper, every person that will listen to him that Jay-Z is his father. And Jay-Z refuses to take the DNA test. Now I'm feeling for Ramir, but at some point you got to move on with life and give it up to God. Now you got this young man out here in his car saying he's homeless, and he said that Jamie Foxx is the father. I think 50 Cent, one of his sons, you know, 50 Cent won't acknowledge, he's saying won't acknowledge me, don't care about me, this and that. But he's crying out because he's saying 50 Cent is his father. But what some of these kids got to realize is the father that's not acknowledging you is a famous person. But there are a lot of children out there who the fathers don't acknowledge them. Now for 2 seconds. Messy situations. That's what tonight's trending topics is about. It's Friday night, people. I'm trying to do an express train where we pulling out the train. So y'all know what I need in the chat because I'm about to bring the people on in the building. I need a what, y'all? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Friday night trending topics, and the title is called Messy Situations. We got Wendy Williams. They literally are only allowing her to go say happy birthday to her dad. She got 48 hours, 2 days, and they taking her back to the studio apartment in whatever facility, and then told her after that she got to shut her mouth. Where they do that at? We got Kevin Costner's ex, like in my opinion said, she claimed, oh, she said he's just a friend. Now she's marrying a friend. And Blac Chyna versus Tristan Thompson. Let's get into this. Hold on. Let me bring the people on in. Hey, take time.
Hello, Diva. That's just plain nasty.
Nasty. Hey, in my opinion. Hey,
Diva. Choo choo.
You too. Hey, Katrina. Hey, Savannah.
Hey,
all right, people. Hey, we're going to go ahead and start with this Wendy Williams story. I just can't. It kind of freaks me out a little bit. It freaks me out. Listen, I wouldn't have to worry because I don't have the money that Wendy Williams has. But just the fact that they can do this to someone is just very sad and it's very scary, right? So they're mad that she's speaking out because you know why? Because they plan on and they want to keep her under this conservatorship. And so the more she speaks out, the more she's on the forefront in the front of our minds, and the more maybe people will be willing to help her get out of said conservatorship. But she got now a chokehold on her. She can't speak to the media anymore. I was like, how is this? How can a court tell me to shut up? Obviously, if I'm good enough to speak, then I should be free. But this is messy. We're going to get into this. Hold on 1 second. So Wendy Williams 2-day furlough from luxury prison for dad's birthday. Saving Wendy. And honey, that's exactly this is Sasha. Matter of fact, free Wendy / saving Wendy. Wendy Williams will remain locked up indefinitely. But she got good news Friday. A judge will allow her to fly to Miami for her father's 94th birthday.
Wendy, your dad is turning 94 in February, and he's up there in age. And I know you want to go to Miami to see him and celebrate his birthday because you don't know how many more there are going to be.
Right, exactly.
That must be important for you.
It's extremely important. It's extremely important to see my dad for his birthday, you know, and that is a family thing. It's not just a me thing, you know. I would wish that along with celebrating my dad's 94th birthday, that we as a family, we come together in peace and harmony. That's what I wish for my dad.
I mean, can it get any sadder than that, people? So, where I read that part. So, sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ the judge has authorized private security to accompany Wendy from New York City to Miami, where her dad will be celebrating with friends and family. Wendy will be there for 2 days and then fly back to New York, where she is confined in a studio apartment at an assisted living facility. TMZ has interviewed Wendy for a new Tubi documentary, Saving Wendy, and in it, we raise serious questions about why she is still in a guardianship that gives her virtually no freedom. She calls her apartment a luxury prison where she rarely gets to breathe fresh air, has no internet access, and virtually no visitors. No one can even call her. This is not fair. This is crazy. Hold on one second, guys. This is crazy. I don't understand it. It just don't even seem right.
6 hours on the telephone this weekend talking to Wendy Williams. I had multiple conversations with her on Saturday, on Sunday. I spoke with her early in the morning and late in the afternoon, both days. Also spoke with her Friday. So I have talked to her for hours. I am here to tell you right now, there was not a minute, there was not a second where Wendy Williams seemed like she was mentally incapacitated in any way, much less in a way where she ended up in a guardianship and virtually all of her freedoms taken away. It was revealing, it was shocking, and I am telling you, there are hard questions numerous people need to answer. Why is Wendy Williams in a guardianship for 3 years? And let me just explain the conditions here. Wendy Williams is a prisoner, not just in an assisted living facility, in her room. She is on a floor where it requires an elevator to go down. She doesn't have access to that elevator. Somebody has to let her down. She doesn't go out. She can't receive phone calls from people. She has no laptop. She is a prisoner in this assisted living facility. And when you listen to her, I'm telling you, there is nothing. I know this guardian says that she is permanently incapacitated. I didn't hear any incapacitation.
Right, and you could say somebody had a good moment, perhaps, but you said, Harvey, early morning, late, different days.
Yes.
Doesn't make any sense.
And by the way, Charlemagne has spoken to her over the last couple of weeks here and there. Rosanna Scotto has spoken with her. She's the anchor in New York. Nothing. Nobody said, nobody has said, oh my God, yeah, she kind of like lapsed and didn't know. Nobody.
No, I listened to the Charlemagne conversation. She seemed incredibly lucid, perfectly fine.
Well, this took, I'm talking hours and hours of conversation.
Wow.
And she is with it. She is with it. And to have a guardianship where somebody's and this is an odd guardianship because it started just because somebody was taking advantage of her financially.
Right.
And this is when she was going through some real substance abuse issues. She's clean now.
Right.
But when she was going through those issues, there were issues where somebody was taking advantage of her financially. Somehow that morphed into a guardianship over her entire life. And not just a guardianship, because remember, with Britney Spears, she was still able to communicate with the outside world. She was on Instagram, going out with her then husband.
This seems far more strict.
It's worse than when you look at what somebody in prison who commits a violent crime, they at least get out an hour a day.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't get any
so
of that.
How could this possibly have happened then, Harvey? How do you take away a free adult's will to operate their own life? I mean, how?
It started with the documentary, this Lifetime documentary, where she was just off the rails.
Right.
And there were substance abuse issues there. And there is a theory that the guardians let her do this and were never even around when it was being filmed to protect her.
Right.
So maybe, just maybe, and I'm giving a theory, this is a complete overreaction to the guardians not doing what they should have when that was done. If I were in her situation, being locked in a room for 3 years, essentially, I don't know that I would be a functioning human being.
Right. Seems like she's doing great, all things considered.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked at how well she's doing.
Right.
Given what she is being treated like a prisoner.
Right. It sounds like she's in solitary confinement, and you've seen what that does to people.
She is, and just to hear her mental state, to hear that she can be even happy, still knowing the circumstances and being angry about it.
Right.
It is stunning to me.
Super, super sad. We've also learned the judge is prohibiting Wendy from having any further contact with the media. Why would you do that if y'all swear that she's not good? This is insane. Now, TMZ is doing a documentary. Saving Wendy drops Wednesday, February the 12th, streaming free on Tubi. I will be watching it. The more I just hear about this story, I get sadder. And I'm just like, I don't believe that this is happening. Tay, your thoughts?
This is disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
Disturbing. Treat her like she's a prisoner. In the prisoner, while they're the guard. Like one of them is the warden. And you did not let her go to her father's 94th birthday? How dare you? In my Wendy Williams voice. How dare you?
They letting her go, Tay, but they're letting her go, and they're following her, and she got 2 days there, and they bringing her right back.
My bad, Diva.
No problem.
Somebody need to sue the guardian.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let her be with her family because her dad is not here. Her dad is not gonna be here any longer. If if something happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the dude is at. Where the dude is at? Because one, they don't care about her. They care about that ching. That we need to see everything right here. What's going on? Because Wendy is smart. She said, like she said in her document, this is gonna happen to me, and it happen to you. And this is not the Wendy. I want you to be strong. I want you to hold it down because your fans still love you till this day. They want you to be free, Winnie. Free Winnie. That's all, Diva.
Thank you so much. In my opinion, you're up.
So essentially they gonna give her a gag order.
Mm.
I don't understand how this is ethically right
Hmm.
because we all know that Brittany got to say what she wanted to say when she was up
Oh,
under conservatorship.
come on now.
It didn't stop her from speaking out. It feels like a conspiracy that they don't want people to know because they put all this stuff out there, that she ain't got all her mental capacities, and she dealing with this and she dealing with this. Oh, and her brain is all messed up, and she had moments of lucidity. And here it is, TMZ was with her the whole weekend. Okay, Harvey said he talked to her the whole weekend, different times of the day. It wasn't now time that she wasn't lucid. And the video of seeing her looking out that window like that, it is heartbreaking. Like, how do y'all trap somebody in a room and then say it's an apartment, but they can't go out, they can't have internet access, they can't call nobody, and now she can't talk to the media. So what does she do when she feel like she needs somebody to talk to? Who does she supposed to call on? She don't even get to go outside. The things that people take for granted, she don't get to get. She don't
Mm.
get to stroll on the internet or nothing because she can't have internet access. She don't get to go outside and breathe fresh air because she can't go outside. She don't get to talk to family and friends and have that connection because she's stuck. Well, she can't call nobody. What are they trying to do? Are they trying to drive her literally insane? Because that's what you're doing. You putting her in solitary confinement. For what?
Mm. Mm.
How
Mm.
does that help with anything that she has going on? It don't make sense.
Thank you. In my opinion, Wayne, your thoughts?
I don't know what bridges Wendy done burned or whatever, because I'm sure a lot of celebrities, whatever, know her story, and I'm sure there's people like, say, Oprah, Tyler Perry, whatever, know her story and can do something. Why isn't someone coming to her aid? This brings a whole new meaning to, if they can do it to me, they can do it to you. And they probably could do it to one of us a lot easier. I mean, it's unfathomable to think that somebody in these 21st century could take over your life like that,
Oh my
and
God.
you have family. People see what's going on. They see it. One day they lied and said she was incapacitated. She
Mhm.
couldn't care for herself or nothing. And people all sad and everything. Next thing you know, she's in there talking like she got a whole grain of sense. But nobody's coming. I mean, celebrities aren't coming to her aid. I'm sure Oprah knows some people who know somebody. I mean, this form of criminal of the judicial system is just I can't believe it. Somebody could do that, and it's everybody knows it's out there, but nobody can do anything because the judicial system, and it seems like everybody's in cahoots because it never gets any further past the judge. It's the what's the conservator person, whatever, the lawyer. I
Right.
mean, her lawyer you would think, is her lawyer working for her or against her? It sounds like her lawyer is working against her. Sitting in a room, looking out the window, can't talk on the phone, can't talk on the media. They don't want her to be in the media because they're going to be found out, and they know. Now, I think eventually, because this has gone a little bit further now, you know, it's getting, I mean, really out there. TMZ, you know, talking about this conservatorship, and people looking, seeing that this is not fair. So hopefully with this, you know, the podcast, all the other social media outlets, I hope this will bring some attention and get her with her family, because this is ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm blown away. I'm like literally in shock. You can go for 2 days, be sending security with you. You got to come back, and then when you come back, you got to shut your mouth and never speak to any media again. Well, then you know, when I was with my dad, I would not go out there with my dad. I would ask ABC, NBC. I would tell Denise, set everything up.
You know when they're going to release her? When she truly broke. When the conservative can't get no money, when the lawyer can't get no money,
yeah,
and possibly the judge who in on it can't get no money.
I appreciate you, Wayne. Katrina, your thoughts?
Hey Diva, hey Chat, hey panel. Wendy exposed a lot of people, and a lot of people is upset with her. And I don't know when she unalived somebody, when she raped somebody, when she SA'd somebody, because it sounded to me like she's in prison. You got to go to your father's house. You have to take 2 guards with you. You can't talk. You can't say what you need to say to the press or whatsoever. This is ridiculous. I've never seen somebody treat a grown woman like this. This is a grown woman. She's not a child that's running from her parents that was abusive. This is a grown woman. How you gonna tell me what to say and not to say? You have the president, when he get a gag order, he still say what he wants to say. But now you telling me, a grown woman, that I can't tell somebody, I can't talk to somebody? Have you lost your everlasting mind? There's no possible way that I will. I don't understand. This is some messed up stuff here. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, this is totally ridiculous. And we don't have to worry. We don't have the money that Wendy Williams have. They wouldn't keep us in there no way. They'll throw us out. Especially if you you ain't got no money, you're on Medicaid, and Trump freezing up Medicaid, you be on the streets with the homeless people. But this is a sad situation that they're doing this to this lady, and justice must take over, because this justice right here, it ain't just blind, it's totally blind and deaf. And I've never seen this before. And the field that I just never seen this before. I've never seen anything like this, for somebody to tell you you can't talk to the press. You can go out of town, but I'm sending people with you to watch you. I mean, they're her handlers or something. It's like she's stuck in a jail, like she's a Mason, and they trying to make sure she don't let the secrets out. Well, she can't be a Mason, she could be an East Star, but she can't let the secrets out. This is some strange mess, and I hope her family, like you said, have ABC, CBS, CNN, somebody down there at her dad party or whatsoever. And I hope they ask her some questions. I hope the family is, do something to help her out, which they're trying to do now. But I've never seen anything like this before. This is ridiculous. This woman, it's like they just want her to just crawl up in a ball and forget everything. This young lady got a son that she loved tremendously, that we do know. And for him not to be with his mom, and you say, I can't be with my mom. Girl, there's no way. My mom come home, she would be kidnapped, because you wouldn't see her again. But that's all I got, Diva, because I just can't. This is ridiculous. That's
Yeah,
all.
thank you. Julius, you're up. And yeah, Lexi, the GoFundMe is stuck at 89%. But I think I'm gonna let you go, Julie. I think the family needs to get out here on their grind more. And I know they haven't trying to get Wendy Williams to speak to these different outlets, but they need to, and not in Tommy, the brother can't be the one. The niece and her sister need to get out here and get on their grind and and promote this thing more in the media. Go ahead, Julius.
I want to start my commentary off with this. I want to thank Britney Spears. She got a lot of flack. I want to thank Britney Spears for speaking truth to power about the abusive conservatorship system. Because just like The Guardian, even though Britney was able to go anywhere she wanted, her father had multiple tax liens, drug and alcohol addiction, and all of that. But he was force appointed her conservator, her guardian. He was unqualified, and he fought hard to keep that conservatorship in place because he was still mismanaging her money, stealing her money. But she fought to end it, and it's gone. I seen a Facebook article from one of the sites that said that she reached out to her former lawyer, Matthew Rosengard, that she'll pay for him to offer his services to the family on Wendy's behalf. So if Britney's doing that, who all the other celebrities who claim to love her, why ain't you jumping in the ring? This woman is being held prisoner for no reason. None at all. What? Okay. What? Wow. Cry me a river. Cry me a freaking river. Like, seriously. She needs to be with her family. If these are truly her final days, let her be with her son. That's who needs to be in charge of her care. Talking about him mismanaging her money, who was also in charge of her money at the time? Kevin Sr. Oh, but we're not ready to have that conversation, though. No one was helping him. No one from Wells Fargo was being a financial liaison to him, like, hey, organize her money this way. Do it this way. No one was giving him suggestions. He was doing it on himself. He didn't know what he was doing. All he wanted was his mom to be okay, to be back right. That's who needs to be in charge of her care. So, using the case of Britney Spears' father, miss me with all the superficial BS.
Thank you. E, you're up.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. I have a difference of opinion. From what I heard, just sounds like a bunch of double talk to me. I watched the first, I believe you call it a docu-series, or the reality show, whatever it was. And from the look of it, Wendy did need help. Wendy could not talk. She was slurring her words. She could not walk. She was drinking a lot. And now here Harvey comes on TMZ and says, it's because the Guardian wasn't protecting her. Well, which one is it? Is Wendy fine or does Wendy need protection? The lady is sick. I don't care how many times Harvey talked to her on the phone Wednesday night. From what I understand, the Guardian put Wendy back in rehab. And from the sound of it and from the looks of it, it's working. Wendy is talking right. She is able to hold long conversations because she could not do that when we saw her last year when that documentary came out. It's working. Do I believe Wendy should have access to a phone and internet? I think those are amenities which should be available to the average person, but Wendy is not the average person. I can totally see on the flip side how someone could argue that blocking Wendy from a phone and being on the internet, that could be seen as a method of saving her from herself because she is a public figure. I can see how somebody can make that argument and how it could be detrimental, Wendy being willy-nilly on the phone and on the internet.
it's detrimental to the estate. It's a risk factor. And the estate is trying to mitigate their losses because we already know the money is drying up. Too much is going out and not enough is coming back in. The real problem here is we're getting all of this story, but we're missing there's still some holes in here that's not being explained. Harvey said this whole thing started because a family member was taking advantage of Wendy financially. Well, that person needs to be held accountable. Let's stop leaving their name out. Say their names. The person got this whole thing kicked off, he said. It's a snowball effect, and now the state is ripping Wendy off. This is why the judge is not hearing any of it. Wendy is not safe at home with her son, the brother, maybe the sister too, allegedly, I don't know. And she's not safe with the guardian. And like Wayne said, until Wendy runs out of money and cannot pay the state to babysit her anymore, she's going to stay right there under their care, and they're going to keep on watching until they have no further incentive. It's sad, but I cannot ignore that Wendy does need special care. Wendy does require 24/7 protection, and this should serve as a lesson that sometimes it's your own family that will screw you over and leave you to the wolves. Because I will never forget Wendy saying on her show that her entire family weight shamed her. In her biopic that she produced, Wendy says she spent most of her time in her room in a fantasy world. This is where she developed her love for gossip. And, she was the black sheep of the family. Now you going on the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne is not Wendy's friend. He set her husband up with that not-need mistress that had the baby on her. No. Wendy said it numerous times. She had no friends. And that's the problem. Wendy needed a real friend way before now. And she deserved a true love, because with a real friend and true love, this never would have happened.
All righty then.
I hear you, E. Raheem said, and I agree with you, Raheem. Isn't the whole point of rehab is to get better and be reintegrated into society? Let me tell you about rehab. They're not going to, at a certain point when you first come in, yeah, they cut you off from the outside world so they can save you from yourself. But if the point of survival is the only way you're going to survive is I never let you back into the world without high level security, then that's not a rehab. I don't know what that is. They got it twisted. And if she comes out into the world and she mucks away all her money, if that's the case, why didn't they say Whitney Houston? If that's the case, why didn't they say Prince? If that's the case, why didn't they say this Liam Payne? If it's simply because you are talking crazy, looking crazy, and got some type of habit, we need to put you and lock you away. Well, they got a whole busload of people they need to go collect and put away.
Well, we can solve this.
Jackson, this doesn't make sense.
We could solve this easily. Harvey knows why it got started. Harvey said it started because the people were taking advantage of her financially. She was unwell. They sealed the records. We don't know what happened. Let's get the records unsealed so we can know what happened with that closed case when she had to go and testify when they were taking the money out of the Wells Fargo. That will solve the whole thing. Then we will really know why the courts felt that it was legally necessary to intervene, because we're talking about Whitney and all these other people. We need to know what was that initial event, because Harvey knows, but they're not saying. And now all we have is the middle and the end, but we're missing the beginning. That's the problem.
We got the beginning. E.
You got the court records?
We got the beginning. It started with her son.
Oh, so the son did it, right?
Wendy had an account with her son. He was using the account. They claimed he did 10,000 in DoorDash.
And that's egregious. Come on now, knock it off. The son needs to be held accountable. That's egregious. $10,000, cut it out. That's egregious. 10,000, girl, please.
But most people that's in rehab, they have family Al-Anon to introduce them back to their family to get to the root of the problem of why she started using substance in the first place. Most people in rehab, they want them to reconnect with their family to try to make them stronger. It's called Al-Anon. They have people that goes to the the rehab places and see and talk to their family members or whatsoever. They have visiting days, and by her being cut off from the world, I get what you're saying, E. But if a person wants to be on substance, I don't care how many days they spend in rehab. If that's their mindset when they come out, they still gonna do it. Cause see, being in rehab, it's just like you being locked up or whatsoever, and you can't get. It's just like being in Disney World. But as soon as you get out of Disney World, you go right back doing the same thing that you was doing. If that's your mindset, and see, a lot of people don't understand that rehab. Yes, it's there. You know, you get counseling and all that type of stuff. But most people in rehab be thinking about what I'm gonna do when I get up out of here. It all depends on that person, and how and keeping a person from it like that makes a person want it even more. So I get what you're saying. You know, she's lucid, she's doing all this and all that, but if that person got that in their mind, they're still gonna do it. They're gonna do it. It's what they got to put it in. A rehab can't make a person stop using substance. They gotta want to stop to make themselves stop using substance. Cause I seen a lot of them when they get out, they go right back into it. They in rehab, they happy, they lucid, everything is fine because they can't get it. But if they don't have that mindset when they get out, they still gonna go back to it. But
Well,
we'll see what happens.
she's talking right now, and I think that
That's what I'm saying. She's
she
lucid and all
sounds
that stuff
good.
right now.
Mhm.
But what I'm saying, E, she's lucid, she's talking, she's doing all this stuff right now. We get it. But if it's her mindset, that's what she wants to be on, she's gonna do it anyway. See, she can't get to it now. But if she is not strong enough or whatsoever, and that's what she want to do, that's what she's gonna do. You
Well, she
can
well, we want to.
you can drag 1,000 people into rehab and put them in there, and they happy, they lucid whatsoever, saying I ain't gonna do this no more, I ain't gonna do this no more. I've been in here, I'm going straight, I'm going straight. But if that's that person's mindset, that's what that person want to do, they're gonna do it regardless. I've
Well,
seen it too many times.
she could have been smoking up the money in peace had that son not been spending up $100,000 on DoorDash. They probably thought he was smoking too, so he ruined the whole thing.
Well, girl, I don't know about. Well, I know he
Listen,
was.
let
Yeah.
me say this. Let me say this. When you eat out and you're talking, I believe when he was ordering that DoorDash, it was him, it was his cousin, it was everybody that was in the household that they was ordering DoorDash for. They was ordering DoorDash every day and probably for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I know 100K sounds excessive, but if you're not eating any meals in the house and you're ordering DoorDash, and when you ordering it for several people, it's going to rack up a bill. Listen, just ordering food for me and my son.
Well, you can get groceries on DoorDash too, so
Right. So they can, but either way, even when I order food for me and my son, you're talking about $50 one meal, and that's the bare minimum. And I'm not talking about we order something fancy or anything crazy like that. It's just everything is so much now. And then I think too, when they exposed the money, they said it was like 150K for a birthday party too. So, but the real issue was everybody has a pattern of their spending, and whether you use your debit card for your bank or you use a credit card, those systems, they all know what your spending habits are, right? So if you don't spend much and then all of a sudden you go somewhere and you spend 500, then you go try to spend 600, they be like, whoa. Sometimes your bank might stop it, and it will give that salesperson an alert like, okay, hold on, wait a minute, is this really Diva? Because Diva usually don't even spend money like this. And then you call the 1-800 number, or they call you and they say, do you approve? Were you just trying to buy XYZ? If you say yes, they let it go through. I just say this about this whole conservatorship. It seems extreme. Okay, fine. If y'all want to keep her there, keep her there. But for her family not to be able to visit her, that's extreme. For her not to be able to have a cell phone, that's extreme. For you to say she can't talk to the media, why? If y'all are doing the right thing, why block her from talking to the media? You're doing the right thing. And if you're saying when she talks to the media, if you feel she's crazy, just come behind it and do a statement. Yeah, I know y'all spoke to Wendy today, but blah, 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 whatever. But y'all are afraid of something. When you want to block and freeze somebody and their own family members can't come visit them, that's worse than a prison, because even the prisoners get visitors. Like, it just don't make any sense. And I get that diagnosis, I get dementia, I get all of that, but the way they're doing this is extreme, is not right, and it's inhumane. And that's a point blank in a period. Why can't she have a cell phone? Why can't she have the internet? Why can't she have a TV? Why does she have to stand by a window of a facility with a cell phone that was given to her by her family members the last time when she came to see her son and talk, and she's crying, and nobody should not have contact. Even in facilities and hospitals, they have all kind of programs all day long because they know they got to keep these people mind going and have them involved in activities. You're going to have her in the room and this don't make sense to me. I can't buy into this, even if she was an addict. And yes, that was her worst moment, but nobody's worst moment should define them. That was her worst moment on that documentary. And the only reason why they put her in rehab is because they was exposed via that documentary. This is insanity. Hashtag free Wendy, hashtag give Wendy her life back, and hashtag if Wendy goes out and she falls down, just like the rest of us, give her an opportunity to get back up and clean up again. We fall down, but we get up. This is ridiculous.
Well, you trying to speed
Diva.
past that. You be spending this lavish stuff on you and your son with the DoorDash Diva. I'm gonna put my address backstage, and I would like for you to share the love this way. Hashtag share the love, Diva. I would like some lobster as well, please. Thank you.
We ordered Benihana and went and picked it up, and it was cash. And that was
choo.
Well, listen, y'all, let me roll into this. Come on, free Wendy and free her money. Let me roll into this next story. And I think the GoFundMe is stuck at $44,720. But
oh wait, Diva, there's a op in the chat. I don't seem like I'm the type to steal old people money, Susie. Don't make me jack you up virtually. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let me roll into the next story. And the next story is Kevin Costner. Now, listen, Kevin Costner and that ex-wife, they went through it when they was trying to get a divorce. Okay. Now, and he said at the time that she was sleeping around with his best friend. She was 10 toes down. No, we was just friends. I wasn't sleeping with him. But now it's darn near ain't even a year later, and she's engaged to him. She is messy. Let me get into this story. Okay, so Kevin Costner and former pal Josh Connor both seen for the first time after Christine's proposal. Josh proposed to her. Kevin Costner looked swollen as he was seen for the first time since his ex-wife Christine got engaged to his former pal Josh Connor. The Yellowstone star 70 and Christine 50 split in May. Let me just pause this. Split in May 2023 following a 19-year marriage and 3 children, with Christine sparking up a romance with the handsome financier 49 that year. The pair's engagement was revealed this week, with both Costner and Connor 49 stepping out in California Thursday in the wake of the shock of the proposal. Costner failed to raise a smile on an outing with his son Joe, 37, who he shares with his ex-wife Cindy. The Hollywood icon wore, let me see, why is this playing? Okay, the Hollywood icon wore a black fleece, cream trousers, and sneakers as he headed out in Santa Barbara. In contrast to Costner's stoic display, a giddy Connor grinned as he strolled in Montecito while his clad in black top and joggers. So that's Kevin Costner. That's his ex-pal who is getting married to Kevin Costner's ex-wife. That's his ex-wife and her new man together. That was Kevin and her back in the better days. The newly engaged star looked delighted as he chatted on his outing. The couple got engaged on January 26th during an intimate dinner in Santa Barbara per People. A source said it was about to rain, so almost no one else was on the beach when Josh got down on one knee. The couple's loved ones were not surprised by the proposal, with the source adding they spent Christmas together last month, where it all began. They are both over the moon and excited for their future together. The proposal comes 11 months after Costner and Christine settled their acrimonious divorce battle following much legal wrangling over child and spousal support. Costner and Christine both sought joint custody of their 3 children, and Christine is receiving $63,209 a month in child support from her ex, a much lower amount than the $165K she had requested. In an emotional court hearing in August, Christine argued that their children had grown accustomed to a life of luxury, claiming that their affluent lifestyle was in their DNA. Christine previously wanted to overturn her prenuptial agreement so she could receive alimony. Under the prenup, she is entitled to a lump sum of $1.5 million, a year's worth of mortgage payments on a new home worth up to $1 million. However, the judge rejected these protests and enforced the prenup. Christine filed for a divorce from Costner in May 2023, citing irreconcilable differences. She was ordered to vacate Costner's $145 million compound 2 months later. The former couple welcomed 3 children during the course of their marriage: Caden 17, Hayes 15, and Grace 14. Christine was first spotted with her and Costner's former neighbor Connor in July 2023 in Hawaii. He is also divorced and a father of 3 children. Their romance was confirmed in January 2024. However, it has since been reported that Costner has suspected that something was going on between Christine and Josh, a source informed Us Weekly. Something was going on. She's messy. He's messy. But you know what, Kevin? It happens to the best of them. It is what it is. The insider also added that the new couple close bond was a real elephant in the room. In December 2024, a source said Christine and Connor are so in love after she stayed in a tough marriage for far too long for her children's sake. Per page 6. Christine is said to be beyond happy to be committed in loving relationship with someone that shares the same values. In December 2023, Costner also linked to singer Drew 3 months after reaching a divorce settlement. However, both Kevin and Drew have firmly denied any romantic involvement. Drew and I are friends. We never gone out, ever. Kevin clarified during a June 2024 appearance on the Howard Stern show. She is special, and I don't want these rumors to ruin our relationship because that's what we have. Ruin our friendship, I'm sorry. The source also told Us Weekly that since Oscar winner has moved on, Christine doesn't think Kevin has anything to complain about. Josh has been Christine's rock throughout their divorce ordeal. If Kevin has a problem with that, that's on him. And also noted that the couple's close friendship had turned romantic relatively recently. In the midst of their divorce proceedings back in August 2023, Kevin claimed that he does not know for fact if Christine had extramarital affairs, but stated that he had been faithful during their marriage. In June 2024, Costner admitted his shock splits was powerful and hurt, but said his 7 children, the 3 youngest of which he shares with Christine, have kept him going. Appearing on CBS Morning with Gayle King to promote Film Horizon, he said of the divorce, "That's a crushing moment. It's powerful. It hurt. But I go forward. I have no choice. My children are looking at me, so I can't wilt like a daisy. I have to go forward. I have to continue to be who I am and to keep a special eye on who they are." We recently asked about how he has been navigating life after his ex filed for divorce in May 2023. After nearly 20 years of marriage, he replied, "You just do it. You just keep talking. You keep coaching the kids. You keep interested in what they're interested in." He continued, "I had to." Rumors suggested that the two even exchanged phone numbers at the gala, following igniting speculation about a blossoming romance. Listen, Christine was with this neighbor and this man during her marriage. What can you do? Kevin is hurt, but it is what it is. Tay, your thoughts?
You got what I need. And he just says he's just a friend. And he just says he's just a friend. Yeah, he's just a friend, alright. The one that who's got in the bed with your best friend wife for 19 years. And that's just plain nasty right there. And tell me that, Christy, you know what you did was wrong. First, you took the vow while you was married to him under the God eye. And second, you broke the vow. And three, you went too fast. You got married to his best friend. This year, you got engaged with him. And now that's just messed up right there. You're nothing but trash. You're nothing but you know what. And you're a gold digger at the same time. You stay with this man. Make sure he pay. Give you the money when you got divorced. Kevin Costner, he gave you everything. His heart, his soul, his mind, his body. He gave all of him to you. He gave you 3 children. And you just throw away in the trash for his best friend right there. You stay in the streets, you gonna stay in the streets. And Diva, I bet you she probably got that money so that way she can have a bigger wedding. That's probably why. That's my theory right there. And then Kevin Hart, don't worry about her. Don't worry about her. One of these days, her karma gonna get her one of these days. Focus on your career. Focus on your children and your grandkids right there. Because she's nothing but a gold digger and she's gonna stay in the trash forever.
Oh my
and
God.
She's belong to the streets. That's all, Diva.
But thank you. She belongs to the streets. In my opinion, your thoughts?
I'm with Tay Tay. She belonged to the streets. Listen here. Y'all know I don't like Christine. Okay, I already ran Christine down the trash. I didn't know I was gonna have to come back for Christine. Let me tell you, Christine, I thought you was ridiculous when you was going after the alimony and the high child support. Now you finna throw away your alimony check for your grass is green on the other side. Baby, you get what you get, okay? And Christine timed it out perfect because did she only get the alimony for 12 months, Diva?
She got a lump sum out. She didn't get alimony. She's only getting child support. Yeah.
So Christine just covered her bases, okay? She know that money finna run out because it's been 11 months. Money finna run out. She got to marry somebody to take care of her. She knew it wasn't gonna be Kevin. Listen here, I'm telling you, I know they had something going on. Okay, she kept complaining that he was on the Yellowstone set all that time, and she ain't had no loving. She was getting loving from somebody. Okay, and he was tired of being the side piece. Okay, so she just went on and ended it. And she waited for the simple fact she wanted to make sure that money stayed in effect for 12 months. I'm telling you, that's what she wanted to do. We kept saying them kids was gonna be grown soon. What she gonna do for money? She showed us. I told you, people show themselves. You can't hide what's done in the dark because it's gonna come to the light.
Ooh, thank you, Wayne.
Yeah, I can't comment on these rich folks. You pass me by.
Thank you, Katrina.
Yep. Tay Tay, in my opinion, said it all. I was just thinking, I wonder how it would have worked out if Kevin Costner got with Whitney Houston. But anyway, because they had a lot of passion on that Bodyguards movie. But regardless of the fact, um, that's why you never bring your friends around your woman. You never bring your friends around your man because they might be eyeing and want what you got. And for him to sleaze his tail over there, knowing that this is his friend, Kevin Costner was supposed to be his friend, but you was being the rock for his wife. You supposed to be the rock for me if you my buddy.
Right.
But you use my friendship to get with my wife.
Oh my
That's
God.
a nasty situation. I mean, you right next door and you messing around. But we see it all the time like this. I've seen plenty of people. I've seen people in the military when their husband leave out of town, the best friend is over at the house. I've seen a lot of stuff like that, so it don't surprise me. But the thing of it, girls, you getting 167,000 in child support when it was stated that y'all was spending like a million or something a month going places, and look how you in downgraded now. You only got 1.5 million. I mean, my thing is, if you was gonna cheat, you should have cheated without nobody knowing. You say he was on the set all the time. You should have got what you got and went back home. At least you had money. But I guess money's not everything to some people. But obviously it is to her because she still wanted the money. So she didn't even play her cards right. She was just an idiot. And now she's getting idiot prices. But that's all I got, Diva.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Julius, you're up.
Diva, we had a whole series on this when it went down.
Mm.
And I said, ooh, this don't sound right. She's like, he does this, he does. I'm like, boo boo, what you doing? And then when we seen them on the beach, I said,
Mm.
So this is just confirmation. I'm not surprised. We knew she was a hussy. This is confirmation that she is a hussy that cheated down.
Well, then there's that. Thank you, Julius. E, your thoughts?
Not a hussy.
A hussy with a capital H.
Oh God. E, any thoughts on this?
I'm hearing conflicting
Uh-oh.
numbers. I thought I heard Katrina. You said that he pays how much in child support? Because I thought it was
167. It's 67.
167?
It's 67.
Okay,
see,
I thought y'all
okay.
said 167.
No.
My mistake, E. My mistake.
Oh, because I got to think about this because we have to be empathetic here. And I know I haven't been here in a while, but I guess I'll be the empathy police. We must have a heart. And if nobody is going to speak up and say the right thing, I will. Kevin is worth $400 million. $400 million, I said. So this $67,000 a month in child support is not going to hurt him. His monthly income, I looked it up, is $1.3 million. So 67,000 is not even 10%. And we're talking about 2 kids here in a Donald Trump society. No. That's not right. Kevin is getting off too easy, and I think that the judge is corrupt. Y'all was talking about the Wendy case, the corruption in the justice system. No, I think this judge is corrupt. And I think that the judge should recuse themselves from this case because I think Christine can get better. I think she can get a better attorney and she can get a better deal in the age of P. Diddy and Epstein. Oh yeah, I feel Christine could easily get $130,000 a month. That would be 10% of the 1.3 that he brings in. I mean, come on now, these are 2 kids we're talking about here in high school, and like she said, 3 kids. Thank you, Diva. Luxury is in their DNA. So we're not going to deny the children of the luxury that they have gotten accustomed to.
She wanted that money for herself. She didn't want it for the children.
Well, no. What about the kids? And I will never advocate for a man No. I will never advocate for a man shortchanging his kids. I just feel like that is not becoming. And we know that the judge is biased and prejudiced because according to the prenup, Diva, you just read the paperwork. Christine did not even get her lump sum alimony of the $1.5 million. So this is just wrong on all levels. And I'm going to tell you, Christine, falling in love with the best friend, that was an accident because love is blind. And we can't choose when Cupid's arrow is going to hit you and you're in heat. in these circles in Hollywood, everybody knows everybody. The circles are very small. And we know that based upon even the Black celebrities. Everybody is rotating in the sheets with the same roster because the circle is so small. Christine was stuck in the house being a doting mother to those children while Kevin was running off prioritizing
While
work.
jumping with the best friend Josh.
He left his house void. Kevin left his bed cold, and the neighbor was there with a warm apple pie and a sausage wrap at 2 a.m. And we need to let this be a lesson to all the men out there. You take care of your home first. You keep your woman happy, and then you won't have these types of problems. No, he need to pack.
She should have got off her butt and went to work if she was so unhappy and not having money.
Excuse me, this is just not biblical. Chris, we must have a heart, and you know that's my judgment on that.
But the biblical thing is she should have never cheated.
Well, we don't know if she cheated. It was an entanglement. It was something. It was no. Even in the stories in the Bible, Eve cannot fall victim to the serpent if Adam was taking care of his duties in the garden. You don't leave your woman. You don't
Adam
leave.
was out there working. He was working the fields.
Well, he was working. He was too busy working outside instead of working inside, and that's how this happened. So, Kevin, this is a lesson learned.
But listen. He was out there working the field. He was out there working the field. She's the one learning the lesson because if you're going to play the game, you got to know how to play the game right. She was the one that messed up because the thing of it is, if she wasn't getting any attention or anything like that, girl, you married to a millionaire. You should have cheated and kept it on low and did what you had to do when the man came home. Show him love. I still love you, Kevin. Still you would be getting that money. She doesn't play her cards right. She got caught up.
She wanted to be with the neighbor. It's a point blank period. She wanted to be with the neighbor. And she lied and she tried to scheme because when they first was in the midst of trying to get a divorce, she got caught with him in Hawaii talking about he was just a friend. Now
are there pictures?
There was pictures. But you know what though? And now she gonna talk about not even a whole year later, talking about, we just fell in love a couple weeks ago. She need to stop. But I'm gonna roll into the last story because I ain't playing these games with Christine. She's messy. Okay.
She had the porcelain.
Christine, you should have told the truth to Kevin in the first place. Maybe we'll talk about this at all.
Come on, Tay.
So Christine, stop watching the Housewives, okay? You can't do what Portia do.
Listen, we're going to roll into this last story where Tristan Thompson wanted to say that Dream, who belongs to what's her name, Blac Chyna, and what's his name, Rob Kardashian, was his daughter that he truly misses, and yet he don't claim his own biological son. And then Blac Chyna got in her feels about it. So hold on, let's hear Tristan say this first.
Guys, I have two daughters, and their names are Dream is my oldest daughter, and True is the second oldest. Those are my two girls, and I miss you guys so much. I love you guys. I have two daughters, and their names are Dream is my oldest daughter, and True is the second oldest. Those are my two girls.
What about your son? Your sons? Messy. So let's see. Blac Chyna responded. She was in her feelings about what he said. Let me go into this story. Hold on one second. Okay. So Blac Chyna, Dream is my baby's, not my baby, not yours, Tristan. Tristan Thompson is facing some heat for referring to ex-girlfriend Khloe Kardashian's niece, Dream, as his oldest daughter, especially from the little one's mama, Blac Chyna. The NBA player caught some flack on social media after he filmed himself sending love to his two daughters, Dream Kardashian and True Thompson. Many online felt it was inappropriate of Tristan to claim Rob Kardashian's daughter as his own, especially since he isn't blood related to the 8-year-old and is not dating Dream's aunt. Blac Chyna, who welcomed Dream with her ex-fiance Rob in November 2016, expressed a similar sentiment, accusing Tristan Thompson of bringing up her daughter's name for clout. She wrote on Instagram, Dream has one mother, Angela White, and one father, Robert Kardashian. I usually don't speak up, but I'm done. Stop all this clout chasing involving my daughter. Chyna made it clear there was no reason for Tristan to lay claim to Dream, as she and Rob are active parents in Dream's life. She added, we also have a beautiful, healthy, co-parenting relationship. Tristan has 3 other biological children he could be focusing on, including son Prince, who he shares with his ex Jordan Craig, son Theo, who he shares with model Marlene Nichols, and son Tatum, who he shares with True's mom, Chloe. But it's no secret Dream has been incredibly close bond with Chloe and True, regularly spending time at the Kardashian star's home for sleepovers and other family bonding moments. And it isn't the first time someone in their family has overstepped in describing their relationship. Crowley famously put her foot in her mouth when she referred to herself as Dream's third parent on a 2023 episode of The Kardashians, sparking similar backlash to Tristan's. Chloe later backtracked her remark on Instagram, explaining she considers all of my nieces and nephews my babies, as she believes it takes a village to raise the kids. Though given Chyna's complicated history with the Kardashian-Jenner family, it may be safer to stick to their actual aunt and uncle titles moving forward. Just a suggestion. Ooh, child. Tay, your thoughts? Tristan Thompson, he ready to claim another baby as his own, but yet he don't want to claim his baby.
I need you to sit down. Focus on your kids, man. Put the big boys' panties on. And be a man. Be a father to your children. No, he just gonna be in the streets and he gonna stay in the streets. Now that just and how he is, Diva?
I don't know if he's in his late 30s, early 40s. I don't know. I have to look it up.
And he's still in the streets. Be an adult, man. Be an adult. God, you got those 2 beautiful kids, and you saying worry about your son too? He's still in the streets, and he gonna stay there until he get his stuff together. Get your act right together, my guy. Get your stuff together. Don't play with me with the kids, okay? That's all, Diva. By the way, those 2 girls, Truth and Dream, they are cute.
They're gorgeous. They absolutely are. You are correct. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Tay with the bad guy. Listen here. First of all, Diva, do you remember that? You remember the commercial that used to come on? This is your brain. It was an egg. Then they cracked the egg. This is your brain on drugs.
Yeah.
Tristan had so much that his brain is fried. Okay. He claiming other people's kids. He ain't even claiming his own kid.
That part.
Not to mention. Let's forget Theo and Prince, because he ain't gonna never claim them anyway. He already told everybody he ain't gonna claim them. But how you don't claim Tatum? For Tatum, he came here very surrogate. You ain't gonna claim him neither. You just gonna claim the girl, and one that ain't even yours, man. You know what? I can't for the life of me. But see, this is where I think Chyna and Rob has went wrong. The first time this happened, they should have stopped Dream from going over there so much. She over there so much that they feel like they really are their parents, because the girl is always there. Because if you go down a timeline, that's all that's on there. They all together all the time. So I'm kind of wondering, when is the time that y'all have y'all kids? Because Rob, he don't be on social media no more, so we don't never see him with them. Chyna don't put them on the social media no more, so we don't never see them with them neither. When do y'all ever do it? And if it's such a big thing, then why won't y'all stop y'all kids from going over there? Because as a parent, it's your job to make sure your kid is taken care of. But we all know Rob is gonna do anything Chloe say because him and Chloe has been close from the beginning because they was the ones that felt like they was left out. They was the outside. Needless to say, I still think they need to crack down on Dream going over there so much. Because I feel like they have grown this tie with that little girl to think that she is really their kid because they always got her.
Yeah.
And I think it's got to be some way you separate it because if they saying this on the internet, imagine what they saying in the household. I'm
Oh,
just saying that little girl gonna be confused, and somebody got to stop it. We shouldn't just have it going on like this. I mean, they gonna stop saying it on social media because they're getting the backlash. But what are they saying in the household? They're
right.
saying it on social media. It's a lot more going on in the household. I just feel like China got a life together now. She need to step up and be a mama. You know, take your kid and spend time with her. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody else claim to care for your kid more than you do. That's all, Diva.
Thank you. E.
Um, I think it's weird that Tristan is online claiming to have two daughters.
Mhm.
With those 2.5 sons he didn't even acknowledge. It's
Ooh.
weird for a man who is known to have wayward sexual tendencies
Mm.
to have an infatuation with a little girl who he is not related to by blood or marriage. Tristan is not her father. Tristan is not her uncle. Tristan is a quote unquote friend of the family who sleeps with other friends of the family. Hey, Jordan Woods. Um,
Oh my
he
God.
is he's promiscuous.
Yeah.
And I think Tay called it out. Dream is a beautiful little girl. And the reason that Dream is such a standout is because she is the Kardashian name. There are things that are set up for this child. She is going to be the only one of these grandchildren or great grandchildren or whoever, however it goes, to be able to monetize off of this name. And this is why Kris Jenner has trademarked the name. And with someone like Tristan, who does not have a affluent basketball career. He has the height, but he doesn't have anything else. He doesn't have the talent. He doesn't have the looks. He doesn't have the swang to go with it. I think this is predatory almost. I think he's a creep freak. And it's dawning on me a few years ago, somebody sent me his little tape of him getting it in with some white girl he met online. And you can look at the way that he pumps on women and tell that the man is just weird. And I do agree with China that Dream has one mother and one father, and this is just insulting. So
Yeah.
even as dim-witted as Tristan is, still it's unusual for somebody to just come out and say this unprovoked. You knew what would happen by turning on your camera and saying this to millions of strangers. But I agree with, in my opinion, China and Rob have to take accountability. Both of these people, yes, you are the mother and the father, but both of you were indulging in other activities, drugs, drinking, allegedly, partying, these public scandals. You were dragging each other through the court system. You neglected this little girl. And she did spend too much time and does spend too much time at Chloe's house. And we know that Chloe is not a fan of Black women. China, you know Chloe does not like you, and you know she does not like your mother. It's too many Black men around that house between Chris, Kim, and Chloe. And who's the other one? God, too many Black men around there and no Black women. You don't think that's strange? I think that's strange. So why in the hell would you have your daughter over there? It's sickening. It's sickening. Chloe and Rob need to get on their job and raise their own damn kid.
Well, y'all rough tonight. I don't even know what to say. Katrina, your thoughts?
I mean, are y'all surprised that he's acting this way? A
Mm.
man that got hips higher than a giraffe. Be for real. He, like you said, he on the basketball court. He got minimal skills, and for you to claim somebody else's children when you don't claim your own, that's totally ridiculous. And that's one thing people need to know. If a man is not gonna claim his kids and do for his kids, what make you think he's gonna keep doing for yours? She better get it together. Chloe used to be the smartest one out the group, but then she fell into the high life of it all, changed her face 12 times, um, changed her body 16 times. So she's gone out of there because she used to be the level headed one. She was the one that I liked when I did see that show like one or two times. She was the only one that seemed like she had it together. But you left out one. He was with Lassa Pippen first. So she took him from Lassa. So I mean, like I said, it's like a circle. They all go with the same men or try to get somebody else's men. And as you say, every black woman that was with these men, they was friends with these girls, and then they took their man the same way she did with Trina and French Montana. These people are weird and sick. And now he's in that group as well with his high hips. And maybe like you, Rob and Blac Chyna need to get it together. Yes, they was indulging on substances whatsoever. She seemed to got, trying to get herself together. I don't know what he's doing because we don't even see him no more other than selling socks that I don't even think went anywhere. But get your kid. And like in my opinion, everybody on the thing is saying, what are you saying to this child when y'all not around? Is Chloe saying, I'm your mom, I might as well be your mom? Something is going on for him to come out and make a statement like that. So hopefully they can get themselves together and get their child. That's all I got.
Thank you. Julius, your thoughts?
I stand with China on this one. Tristan looks high out of his mind. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Tristan looked high out of his mind. I don't know how anybody with any kind of common sense would speak on someone else's child as their own. Talking about, no, he's right about True. True is his daughter, yes. You should have just left it at True. Rob needs to step in as Dream's father, and he needs to speak to his sister. He needs to start protecting his daughter. Like now. Because what we all seen in that video, it wasn't okay. It was not. Angela, and I do gotta concur with everybody else. What is it that you do be saying to Little Dream? You gotta think before you speak. That's what the old saying says. Think before you speak. I agree with you. This man who's a nobody shouldn't be opening his mouth. But think before you speak. You need to step up now and protect her as well. Even though you wasn't protected like that when you was her age, you got baptized now. You say you saved. You say you living for the Lord. Break the cycle.
Thank you, Julius. Listen, y'all, this was be my little express train, but it's okay. And we have 3 good stories here. Messy situations. I'm wishing the best to Wendy Williams. Kevin Costner, keep your head up. Yeah, was she cheating? She was, but what can you do about it? She's getting married, remarried now. It is what it is. And she's marrying somebody her age bracket. So he's younger than you. It's messed up, but it happens. And then we got Blac Chyna versus Tristan Thompson. I think he didn't really think about it. I think he's trying to get Chloe back. And so he thought that was a cute thing to say. But in the meantime, he forgot about his other kids. So it was super messy. And so you can name a kid that's not yours, but not name the kids that are ours. That is just messy. Anyway, guys, y'all know the routine. If you did not hit that like button on the way in, hit it on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody. I'll see you next time for Trending Topics.